Okay, I think we're back.
Hello.
Officially, we're back. We're back. We're back. Okay. This is episode 2, maybe. I don't know. We might. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh no.
So we're
We're
gonna start
doing our
off each
best.
episode. We're doing our best, but we're gonna start each episode by discussing anything interesting that has happened in your day, your week. It's Thursday. We are rapidly moving through September. So let's talk.
Yeah.
We're rapidly moving through September. I feel
I think
like
it's
I'm already planning Thanksgiving, like where we're yeah. My family, like my mom was like, so do you think we can hang out at the farmhouse for Thanksgiving? I was like, it's booked, but wow, okay, I guess we're on
wow.
Thanksgiving.
I love that for you guys. I have not
Hmm.
flipped my calendar over to October, so the rest of the year doesn't exist for me yet until I turn the page. I'm so sorry.
I think I think that's healthy for
Okay.
sure. It feels
Yay.
healthy. Feels healthy.
Thanks. I feel healthy, so it's good.
So
So
have you had anything crazy happen this week, Yaz? Or are you like pretty much
It's really hard for me to jump into this first topic every time because every time the stress of starting this podcast is what
literally
is
hitting record is like
top. We got on this call at 2 o'clock. It's 2:45. Okay.
I mean I was on at 2:10, so I can take some blame.
Okay. I was a little late too, but
Yeah.
sheesh. Every week it's just trying to
it's
figure this out so that we can make sure that the quality is, up to a certain level. We want to make it good. That's the thing. We want to do a really good job at this.
We want to
So,
listen to ourselves.
yes.
exactly.
I want to be able to say, I want to hear me all the time.
But that it is kind of hard to do that because, as you know, editing your own videos, hearing your own voice be like, "Nyeh." So
Yeah.
I'm
A
hoping
little
that
cringy.
that's not the case for us. But this week for me in motherhood, my daughter has RSV.
Mm,
So we've been
It
to the
sounds so deep.
doctor, and then yesterday we went to urgent care. But
mm-mm.
what was weird, or what was like a mommy thing for me, was I was at my internship with some clients, and my husband had to go to the urgent care, and he's the one who took her to the doctor. So I missed those 2 moments of her at the doctor, which felt weird, but it also felt like
Wow.
good because like this is
Yeah,
partnership.
you're
I'm
gonna miss so
working.
many more
You're
you're
going to
gonna
miss
miss
so many
so
more
many more
moments.
moments. Like just rack them up now. Like honestly, seriously, a lot of moms and people, adults in general, we beat ourselves up for things that are like the inevitable. Like, and also she's not gonna want you at everything. Imagine your mom and everything. It's
Ooh.
That
gonna
part.
be like, come on,
It's
five
the not
minutes.
wanting. It's like, wait, are you sure?
Yeah, you
Drop
don't
me
want.
up at the corner.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like, I can't, okay, let me not say that. I try not to say I can't
Don't get
wait to do
canceled, baby
anything.
girl. Don't get
Well,
canceled.
not
Right?
even that, but I just try not to say I can't wait for something, whether it's good or bad. Like, I have been
Mm-hmm.
trying for like a couple years now to just be in the moment and just be like, I can wait, enjoy this now.
For
That will
sure.
come. Like 24 hours is always 24 hours. Relax. But like the mom guilt, like of like I missed 2 things. Like hearing you say it naturally, I want to be like, are you fucking serious? But bruh, you were at something and it had to be done. Like,
Well,
I know it's not a big deal, but I'm just like, the fact that you are like, 1, 2, I'm like, first of all, the doctor wasn't at the urgent care. Y'all went to 2 separate things. Like, my brain is
Yeah.
just like, why? And I'm like, damn, this is what mothers really be thinking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
And y'all could have it.
And it doesn't stop.
Me
It
hitting
doesn't
it
stop.
away. Like,
No, and it
peace.
might not be for me. I didn't even consider it like mom guilt. I just was like, dang, like she threw up all over Dane, and just like my husband Dane, and she just was sick, and I wasn't there. But like I said,
Hmm.
the moment it like, oh man, I'm not there. But at the same time, it's like, yes, I'm not there. Cancel
Right.
it, babies. Cancel that
It's
because I'm
done.
Yeah.
doing something else. So for
Right.
you,
Which
it
is
may
so
look different.
great. It's great that you have a husband and a partner to do this with. No, seriously,
This is
because
not even funny. I
no, like
just like,
motherhood is one thing, but single motherhood is a
Woo!
whole
let's not
different
even get into that because I
type
will
of.
be canceled. over that conversation.
Child, it's tough. Like
It is.
like having being a 2-parent household with a nanny or with help is hard. Then a 2-parent household, then you a single mother. It's just like the spectrum of parenting and motherhood is a lot in general.
I mean, where's your life at that point? It's like, do you even have a life?
Maybe we can invite a single mom on the show one day to share some of those highs and lows, because I'm pretty sure there's some highs in that moment that we just don't know about.
No, they struggling and they tired and they want to lay down. That's it. There's no single mom is gonna be like, you know what I love? Struggling by myself. No,
Right.
it's not great.
Yeah, you know what? That brings up a point, because I saw this video online where this lady got in her car. Well, you know, being in a car and shooting content is the place to be. But she was in her car and she was like, I was married and like we broke up and like we're doing it, like he helps out, like we're co-parenting and it's working, but like this shit is hard. And why is no one else talking about the fact that this shit is hard as hell? And why are other women not talking about it? Why are women not living with other women who are single and just like making it work? Like let's create a community where we live in one house and we all know how to help each other, because moms are better than dads. But yeah, women are better than men. And so I'm just like,
girl, cancel content. But
I think they know that though.
I don't disagree. I don't think they would disagree either.
Especially in that space and arena. Moms. Yeah. Literally. So I was like, dang. She was like, yeah, why are we not connecting? Like, why are other single women not buying houses together and raising their children together? Like, not a whole community, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. And there are people that are doing it in other parts of the world, which again, it's like travel is always my biggest teacher. Because there are cultures where as soon as you pregnant, y'all together.
It's a community. Y'all living on a compound.
Okay.
I mean, in Ghana, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a similar setup.
Yeah.
Even with so many other things where, I mean, in some cultures, women are segregated and isolated, but in other cultures, it can be embraced. Like even when people are on their cycle and it's like everyone just comes together, just bleeds for a week and then go back to their regular life. There's books about it and everything.
Rachel, what you got for us today?
That sounded very weird. But today, I think we're gonna kind of, because we're just starting out in this like process of beginning this podcast, it's important for us to really reiterate our friendship and friendship in general. Something that, I mean, I'm constantly thinking about just different things that we can, of course, always be talking about, because baby, I could talk.
Same.
But today's topic is definitely going to be centered around friendship, but not the best parts of it. The question of the day is, what's the worst thing a friend has said about you?
It's hard for me to even answer that question because that question isn't really a question. Because friends don't say, in my opinion, you're not my friend if you say bad things about me. Like that's the end of the friendship.
That is fact.
Opinion.
That is facts. But before it gets there, y'all were friends.
Before it gets there, I'm not friends with anyone that I've ever had beef with. If a girl got beef with me, she got beef with me forever. That's it. We have a conversation and then we just thank you so much. It was lovely. Thank you.
My child is yelling right now.
Go get her.
You know what I'm gonna have y'all do? I'm gonna have y'all continue. We're gonna keep filming and I'll be right back.
All right. We love it.
Oh.
The good thing is I actually didn't hear it. Oh, I mean, not the good thing, but you know.
No, I know what you mean.
Didn't hear it, so we could keep going. Just
ignore her down there. It's fine. We're almost done. We're wrapping up.
She'll live. She's home. Not a new environment.
Well, we're not picking it up, so just keep her.
It's not. She knows her orange paint. I'm insane.
Oh my goodness.
But as far as like, I feel like this is a different topic, but I feel like this year has probably been like the most heartbreak I've dealt with, you know? with
And
relationships.
before that, I was right behind you.
Yeah, and like I'm like, okay, I'm 32, and I know if in the early 30s, like they say you drop friends and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be cool about it, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, these emotions are real.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like it's very easy for me to just be like, I can't deal with this right now. I'm just gonna package it and place you here. And when
Mm-hmm.
I am ready to deal with you, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But the, for me, I had a friend
Mm.
that I thought I was close with essentially call me a thief.
Mm.
And
Those are fighting words.
bro, if you know me,
Yeah.
one thing you do know about me is like one, I'm not even about to ask you for something to even get to the point of stealing from
Yeah.
you.
100%.
And
100%.
I cannot wrap my mind around, of course they always say don't do business with a friend, but like I'm just like,
Again, not something I would say. I think if you,
see,
what do we
I
do?
wouldn't say it either. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say
we
it.
do business
They
together.
say it.
I think
They
it's
say it.
because I think once we define what friendship is, and maybe we should wait for Chari to jump back into this, but I think we have to define what friendship is because stuff people do, that is
It
grounds for
ain't
termination.
right. Like anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100,000%. But I also think the difference that you and I have is that I don't have a lot of my old friends. Oh, I moved around. I moved to other cities, so I don't have old friends. So I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of old type of behavior around me. I don't have people talking crazy because I meet people at the level that I'm at. So when I was this girl, I met other people like me, and
Right.
before that, it was different. So I don't have a lot of friends from high school or college that I'm that close to anymore. So I think that's also a big difference.
Now I'm curious if that honestly is like a good or bad thing, because I of course appreciate our 15 maybe 20-year friendship. No, I think we're at 20 almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I appreciate our 20-year friendship. And yes, there's some times where it's like there's beef, and like I just don't want to deal with it because I'm just like I can't. What am I gonna do? Not be her friend? You know,
For
not
some
an
people,
option.
but I think there's a difference between staying friends with people that you knew from you were younger and you guys evolve and grow together instead of staying friends with people that is still 16 and still 12 and still a child. They have very
Yeah,
childlike behavior because accusing me of stealing from you
stealing,
when
bro.
like that's intense. Them type of dramas to me is very childish.
That for me this year was like my first heartbreak. Like
Ooh.
really, yeah, I was telling her that I feel like I've experienced a lot of heartbreak. And also just because I'm gonna side topic, what's the difference between heartbreak and heartache?
I think
Mm.
break is the initial and then the ache is after.
Okay.
So like an event broke your heart and then the feeling of it coming up again is the aching of your heart, I think.
Shari.
I I was gonna
I had a
say,
very childish thought about it. I would love
well,
to
I
hear what
was
you
gonna
have to
say
say.
like an ache is like not necessarily knowing where the pain is coming from. So you're just like
Mm.
feeling something. I like how you said the heartbreak is the
Is
start
the
and then the ache
initial.
is the reaction. But for me, I thought like the ache is like still kind of like grieving, like still in that
Mm-hmm.
process of not understanding, still in the process of like, where is this coming from? A heartbreak for me is like two separate, like the heart is broken. I know what happened. I understand
So
it. I
you're like the end, basically. Like I went through heartache and then heart broke.
Mm.
right. Like I'm
Okay.
aching while I'm with you, but there's still some pieces to mend. Like we can mend this together. The break once it's broken, it's like that we can't get back together. Like
Silva nigga. Got it.
basically,
Okay.
for
Yeah,
me.
I just was like, how do you say it? Because, I question a lot of English words because, I'm not from here. Um,
Which I remind myself of all the time. Like, because you're so smart, but sometimes I'm like, is this
it's
girl okay?
crazy. It's crazy. It's
But
crazy. And
I'm
I'll
just
be
like,
really
okay,
sitting there like, in
No,
this
I get it.
moment. Like, okay, so this means that and that means that.
Exactly, which
Okay,
I
so
think is so cool. It's so cool. Every time a moment like this comes up, I'm just like, okay, English is not her first language, which is awesome.
yeah, but like anyway, so
You
for
speak very
me,
good English.
Oh boy, now you about to get canned. So kick her out the group chat. She's out. Rachel, your
it's
English is
giving.
really good.
It's right. I'm like,
For not
where am I?
I'm
yeah.
joking. I'm joking,
To be
everybody.
to be fair, I've had like people say that to me, and like also because they know I live in Atlanta, and so they expect. Listen, I ain't say it. They did. They
No, I
expect a
already know.
different like tone, slang, and stuff like that. And so when I start talking, they're like, "Oh wow, your English is actually not bad. I wouldn't learn English from you because I talk to a lot of foreigners."
Mm,
Um,
that's
so
really
yeah,
cool.
and so they're always telling me how they enjoy hearing me speak and all that, and I sound like a valley girl. And I'm like, okay, thanks for.
Okay.
I think I overheard you saying, Yasmin, like before we jump too deep into the conversation, you wanted to define what a friend is. And I think on episode 1, we talked about
Oh, we
what a friend
did.
is. So if you
The
want to
We
different
go back
did.
and
attributes.
listen, go back
Yeah,
to the qualities that we all mentioned of like, what is a friend? And
Right.
to Rachel's point, or in Yasmin's
you
point,
did
like
that.
it's hard to be, it's hard to recognize that you weren't friends from the beginning because of those
That
qualities
part.
that met.
That's also was hurtful.
That is
That's
so
the
hurtful because I thought we were on the same page. It's like you're
you go back
fooled.
looking at old photos where y'all having a good time. It's like, was she thinking this about me then?
Right. Cause like to call someone a thief, it's just like that's. I'm
What
like,
else you saying about me?
it's I to be fair for the listeners and viewers, I have not addressed this person. I
Hmm.
immediately just boxed it up
Good job.
and placed it on a shelf and said, "Not today, Satan." I
Yeah.
just
I
couldn't
mean,
do it.
what you can do
Good for
as an
you.
audience member on our Patreon, if y'all think that Rachel should go ahead and address this friend, let us know because the Patreon is going to have the juice. And so if
Yeah,
Rachel does it or not, we going to let y'all know on the
and
Patreon.
and just to put the context, like just I'm gonna quickly say it so that the other ladies can also speak. I work as an interior designer, and this friend, once friend, reached out last year about working on her house, and she said at the top of the year, I'm gonna be ready. I want y'all to do something for me. I want to support you. Bop bop bop. Top of the year comes, and I reach out. I'm like, hey, this is usually our process, whatever. And she's like, hey, this is my budget to do these areas in my home. Cool, let's do it. Then we give it to her at a very discounted rate, and I mean very discounted rate, to the point where my business partner also has to come into town because we physically had to complete the space for her and set it up and put art up and all this stuff. And so, you know, very discounted rate. And I mean, I don't know, I think it was like over 70% off if I really do the math and to figure out. And after it was done, during the process, I was giving her gifts. Like I went on a conference and brought her back nail polish that matched her new wall color. I mean, like I was being a friend. And during this time, she also mentioned that she would take photos and all these things to kind of like show the process with my social media. Obviously, I'm helping you out, you help me out with just photos because
Right.
you fucking live there. Anyway. And from asking, I guess I asked for one too many photos, even though I never got a complete photo of like a particular space that I wanted because she didn't complete her part in the project. She reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm pretty sure I've paid you. I don't need to do shit else. So stop asking me. Mind you, you agreed. Stop asking me for photos. Stop asking me for videos. You did a job. I paid you. It's done. Don't ask me for anything else. If you want to hang out as friends, let's do that. But I'm done with this relationship as far as that was the energy. And I was like, I think I just got bitch slapped. I literally was like, I read the message, I locked my phone, and then came back and read it again because I did not know what I was reading. I sent it to my other friend. I said, does this sound angry to you? Like, is something going on? Did I miss something? And she's like, damn, and that friend immediately was like, hey, I think it might be money related. And I said, money related? I didn't make no money off of this. So what's the money relation? Anyway, I never responded back to that message because I was so, I couldn't believe it. I was in so much shock. And I think that's been like one of the things I've learned in my 30s is like, I've always been down for friends and always been like, this friend would never do this and even speak on their behalf. And that's
Yeah.
something that I have been stripped of. Don't you ever say you know this person. Don't you ever say you know what they gonna do or what they won't do. You know
And I
absolutely
met
nothing.
this person too, and I valued their acquaintanceship as well. It's so unfortunate. It really is. I'm happy that you didn't reach out to her at the moment you were thinking about reaching out to her. I'm glad you took some time to just like process it and continue to think about it because
That
it's
time is
gonna
given forever.
no, but I think now that you feel differently about it, it might be a different conversation.
If you're
I'm
open
not
to
sure I
it.
do.
I don't know. I feel like I think that you're still unsure of what the issue is because you received what the issue was through another person. So yes, she was sending you these red flags,
True.
and there still might be more to the story.
Yeah,
Whereas
because she said
maybe,
we could still be friends. She said we could still
right,
be friends.
rightfully so, she might really
Right.
think
She
that you're a
did say
thief.
that.
Rightfully so, she may think all these things that you are thinking, but there also still might be additional things that you didn't even know that you did, or maybe it was miscommunicated, and she's
Right.
like, all this is piled up as to why I didn't even reach out to you.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
It works two ways. She could have
As
reached
Yeah.
a
out.
business owner, though, I would want to know what I did. If
Business
I'm
related.
right, if I'm doing
And
something
that
wrong or that I could be doing better, coach me. Please coach me. I don't want another client to have this experience with me. But if you just mad, that's different.
yeah, I think for me, that was my first thought was, whoa, if I'm doing something that's completely taking something like has made her this way, feel this way about me this fast, I need to know immediately so I can change it so it doesn't happen with
Yeah.
the next client. Um, I've never had an issue with a client. My business partner have never had an issue. In fact, a lot of our business comes from having great experiences with our clients,
Yeah.
And so of
A lot
course
of
there's
repeat
always
clients, which is good.
right. There's always one-offs, but I wish I could hear my stomach growl right now.
It's that midday snack you need.
Baby,
It's
it's
her
not a
first
midday,
meal.
it's the
It's her
first
first meal.
meal, okay? Anyway, so for me,
Meanwhile, I had to
I
leave.
I
Shameless plug.
I think for me what I need is to know one, it's been March, April, May, June, July, August. It's been 7 months since we essentially stopped talking, or she let me know that she didn't want to talk with me about business anymore and just wanted to be friends. And I, of course, never reached out. So 7 months now. I have thought about emailing. So right now I'm at a point where it's like email and reach out and find out if it really was a money issue, if you really thought I stole from you, or don't say shit at all. Let me know, bitches and men in here.
Let us know in the comments.
Please.
I have a similar, not similar, but I have a friend breakup story, but I have 3 of them. I'm not about to tell all 3 of these stories. What
Listen,
story
we
do
can
y'all
do.
think I should?
Give me like
Listen, surprise me.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 snippets. Should I tell the bathroom story? Should I tell the funeral story? Or should I tell the camp story?
oh my gosh.
You can only pick one.
I'm
I
going
think.
funeral.
Funeral? I want to tell that one the most.
Okay, then tell it.
But what were you gonna say, Rach?
I was gonna say camp. I don't know if I can recall the funeral one.
You don't. I don't think either of you guys know the full funeral story.
Okay.
But okay, so here's what happened. So I had a friend as well, in quotes.
We love them.
This was also around March-ish, but the year prior to Rachel's experience. And my grandfather suddenly died. Like my whole family was on our way. They were like, he's got a little bit of life left in him, But if y'all get here soon enough, y'all be able to make it. So flights booked, planning, ready to
Let's
go.
go.
And then he passed before we could get there. Of course he would. So typical of him, honestly. But no. R.I.P. Grandpa, I love you. So I had to rush to Jamaica. I'm also the oldest grandchild. I'm the oldest on both sides of my family. So a lot of responsibility comes with that. And so we had to get a lot done. And planning a funeral in Jamaica, in the part of Jamaica that I was at, was not easy at all. Okay. We speak English, but it's not the same at all. So there was a lot to deal with.
Jamaica?
And I didn't have time to message each person individually in my life and let them know what I was going through. Like, I was also grieving at the same time. So I go to Jamaica. That part. I go to Jamaica, the funeral is happening. I get a call from my friend that's like, so I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, what's going on some beef type stuff? So I was like,
I know. I'm like, that one.
So like all up on some raw energy. I was like, hey, so like in the middle of a family crisis, I promise we don't have no beef, girl. I just didn't get a chance to let you know.
This has nothing to do with you.
I promise. I just didn't have time to let you know. All good. She said, okay, now I feel bad. I'm like, yeah, you should, but absolutely. So I finally get back to Atlanta. She's like, let's meet up for lunch, which is kind of typical of what we would normally do anyway. Like, I have been out of town for a while. Let's get together. So we get together and she's like, are you sure there's no leftover animosity? I was like, well, there's no leftover animosity because there was no animosity to begin with. So all of this, you're like making it up. And I'm assuring you that is fine. Then she calls me after we hang out.
Hello, call.
And it's like, hello. She was like, I just feel like there was something left unsaid. And at this point, I was like, you have one more time to call my phone with this nonsense. Or that's it. And she called my phone again with that nonsense. And that was it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. She had to go.
We know.
Yeah, it was so intense. It was the longest breakup ever because I was like, well,
you didn't even know you was going through one. That's the part.
I want this to be over and done with. Like, this is dragging. It's taking too long. I know. It's been a year since we last spoke.
You've advised Rachel, like, with the timing, like, maybe it's some good timing for you to reach back out, or are you completely done?
With my situation?
I can definitely answer for her.
Yeah, I think you know the answer as well. Yes, absolutely.
I want to know if they think you should be completely done because, I mean, you weren't even mad.
They might be a Patreon member.
I'm curious. Let me know. I would love to know. I mean, I don't see... The thing about me is, once you show me who you are, I can't really unsee that. So even if we do end up being cordial again or cool, which I'm not going to... If I see her ever again, it's going to be fine. But in terms of me inviting you into my personal space ever again, baby,
it's
no.
Put it on the flow.
And I've told people, like, you already get a strike with me. So if you step over that off of my boundary,
I just need you to do Wakanda forever right now with this outfit on.
Hello. Put it on them.
Yeah. I am queen of the most powerful country, and my entire family is gone.
I love how quickly you pull it out of you. The lines. That's 2 for 2 in I don't know, 29 minutes. 2 for 2.
Oh my god. Oh, I feel like Chari has a good friendship breakup story too.
Okay, I think I wasn't gonna tell that one, but it was similar to that one.
Okay. I was about to say, which one?
Well, 2 friends that we both don't talk to as much anymore.
That's a little too much detail.
The big one I can't because of legal reasons. I don't want to talk about that just yet.
Okay.
Fair.
But when you say legal reasons, you just created a new. It's a cloud right here. Like,
because of legal reasons, I can't talk about why I'm not friends with that girl.
It's serious like that.
Niggas is like, what?
Serious?
Legal?
That's serious.
That's next level. That's next level.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So Rachel and I were in a friend group. I think we called ourselves like Sex in the 20s.
Details.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, Okay, the Patreon will get more, but I still love our podcast family. They get the juice. I'm gonna give y'all the juice.
Okay. I
It was
mean,
fun.
get the juice.
I mean, if you listening and you know we
Rachel
not
looks
friends,
worried.
if you listening and you know
Hey,
we not friends,
it
you
is
know
what it
why
is.
we not friends.
Ooh, this is. I like the energy.
Look, if you book.
So we were in a friend group called Sex in the 20s. We were just living our best lives, so we thought. The two of us thought. Maybe the three of us. Two of us thought. And I came back from a long trip, and I think I don't know what really set it off, but just from my timeline, I asked a friend like, let's all meet up and like write our strengths and things that we can work on for one another. Very much me. If you know who I am, I'm really like the where my career path is going, like therapist and wanting the world to be better. That's me. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. And I wanted that for my friends, and I thought we were all on the same page. So I decided to have like a friend powwow, and I thought it was going to be healthy. But in retrospect, I don't think we have the proper tools to really have these conversations. So
Ooh.
we're having a conversation on how each person could be a better friend, things we don't like about one another. In
That's
the
a good
moment,
point that
what's
you
the
just
good point?
mentioned. Like not having the right tools and
Mm-hmm.
not recognizing like just the different phases and places people may have been in that
Mm-hmm.
needed additional resource tools. That's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never thought about that because
yeah.
we were
So
just like we just do stuff, and we didn't even know what the fuck we're doing. We just do it because we're like, yeah, no, we're gonna talk about it right now, and we're like, wait, this
Unpack.
person's not ready. You know what I
they're
mean? And we're
not
Yeah.
like,
ready, and I don't
we'll
think
unpack.
we didn't. I don't know if I recognize that in those moments, especially now with the tools that I have. But I kind of just threw it on my friends to like tell me what
Mm.
you need, or tell me what's wrong with you, or tell me what's wrong with me. And I
It
I
was
don't
like that.
I don't think everybody was ready for that conversation. But to
Mm,
me, when I was in the conversation, it felt
I
like we
imagine.
all were on the same page. It looked like, in my eyes, now people could be displaying different, behavior, maybe
Mm-hmm.
slouching in their seats, hands sweating. But to me, in my eyes, I was like, we all good. Afterwards, we laughing, we were
Drinking.
drinking, having a good time. A few weeks later, I'm noticing like one specific person has been distant to me, and I was like, okay, well
Hmm.
maybe something's up. I never knew what. I still don't know what's up. And if you listening to this, you can use my phone number. Still the same.
Wow.
Phone number still the same. But I didn't know that conversation kind of like leaked into how she felt about my role in our friendship. So maybe from what I heard from another person that was in the group, which is very similar to Rachel's situation where I'm getting the
Mm-hmm.
third person's like insight, like this is why she not your friend. So
Okay.
this other friend was like, she's not your friend because she feels like you sprung up this conversation on her. You're controlling in the friendship. You're asking us to like do things we don't want to do, and like you're like basically like stretching us, and we all don't want that. And that's all I
I can
need to
see
know.
that.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
can
I
see
need to
that,
know.
but go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So in when I received that from my other friend, like everybody doesn't want to grow the way that you want to
It
grow.
sounds ridiculous,
It sounds crazy, but
No, but it's true.
I
but
get
it
it.
was an honest thing. Like that was like because they could have just played along. They were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Nah, fuck that. She can't boss us around. If I want to be your friend, I'm gonna be your friend because I can be your friend, not because we've been friends. Like they were on some. Well, one of them was on some like we've been friends since the get. So like I don't all these rules and expectations you got. Put it in the back
Expectations. I
seat.
think that was a big one. Yeah.
Put it in
Yeah.
the back seat, nigga, because we just friends because we've been friends. And if we're not gonna stay that way, then throw them up.
But I do think it's fair to mention our age. Like in that moment, people maybe were not. It wasn't the same Instagram age that it is now, as far as like tools and like more motivational speaking. It wasn't cool to
Mm-hmm.
grow in that moment. It was not a cool thing. It wasn't like friends having healthy conversations. We didn't know how to do that, and I
I mean, I
think
think we always did, but it
meaning Shari and Rachel,
got it.
the ones that I'm still stand us. Yeah. I think that, to be fair, to defend that phase in our lives, being 20 and you want to party and you want to explore yourself, I get it. I get it. But that wasn't me in the moment. So we grew apart. And I
Yeah.
think what's crazy is I reached out to her in that phase, and then maybe like a year later, like still reach out, and then a year later still reach out. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Not in a reach
Assuming
out.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, like I reached out in the sense like, yo, what's good? Checking in on you. Because there was no what I heard, the reason why we're not friends was from someone else. So I was giving her the benefit of the doubt and saying, you tell me what you need to tell me, because what the other friend is telling me could be true, but you also probably got more or less. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
They just didn't want to. It was never going to be aligned. You were going to outgrow this person. It sounds like. I don't know this person. Maybe
For
I
sure.
do, but it sounds like they just were going to meet you right at that teenage level and not really try to expand, which you're saying, oh, not everyone's ready and we're not ready at that age, but some of us were and
here.
it was
You
fine.
see us? Hi.
Hello.
We have a podcast.
Don't cancel us.
Don't cancel us. Sorry.
Please don't.
Sometimes when you look back, because I do this a lot with even with my family, like obviously I have 3 sisters, women only, don't have any brothers, any close like immediate cousins. And so a lot of times I'm always reflecting on things that have happened in the past and the effects they have. I'm not a therapist by any means, but like I do think it's important to just do that and just kind of pick up on those things. And
For sure.
you saying that we didn't have the tools, I think it's a really big thing, because like they could have been going through something, good or bad, and like I be trying
But
to extend
tools
that
are
grace,
no
child. I
tools.
be trying to
Tools are
extend
no
that grace.
tools. Use
Tools are no
your
tools.
words. Use your words.
Yeah, and I thought we were at a
I'm
point
uncomfortable.
of honesty.
Yes, stop. I don't want to have this conversation right now, but I know those things can be hard, especially if that is a very vulnerable thing, being honest and speaking your truth, especially when other people are looking, especially if that person's a Virgo. I'm not judging them, but they could be an
They're
earth sign.
not. They're not.
Oh.
They're
Are they an earth
very
sign?
similar to me. Like
I'm
almost the same as me.
I'm gonna stop guessing because
Stop where you are, please. Stop where you
I'm gonna
are.
end that. Speaking of stopping where we are, should we let our...
Well,
Hello?
I do. So listen, before we go, because we're having a little bit of fun, I do want to ask. So we always say, like, don't cancel me for something,
Oh
but
God, I'm scared.
I'm curious to know, what are you nervous about being canceled for in regards to like doing this podcast, being a part of this experience?
Oh,
Ooh,
the they thems. Easily the they thems.
Wait, hold on. Who?
Okay,
Was
Rachel,
I
you're
supposed
about
to
to
do
get
that?
canceled from her not getting canceled. Okay.
See, it happened already. Listen, I'm trying. Okay, these words are new. We're not gonna act like we had the words meant things before y'all got here with all
They
this.
did. They did.
Give us time. Give us
It's the
time.
they did for me.
They
Yeah.
did. I don't have nothing against them. I promise I don't. But you're gonna have to, if I mispronounce or misgender you,
Mrs.
I am.
Y'all, all the misses.
Don't cancel me, please.
Yeah.
What you got, Rachel?
Oh, or something about religion. Probably the Christians gonna cancel me.
Yeah, I know I can overshare, and so sometimes I don't want to say the Christians, but I was thinking about this. I'm
The
like,
believers.
ooh, who, like, I think we may get into topics that may shake up family, may shake up family. And I would say probably people at church who look up to me,
If you listen, say hi to Rachel on Sunday. Hey.
Well, we're humans. And so I think I'm all about creating a safe space. I think we all are. And I feel safe.
Hello.
Good.
You.
Hello.
I think for me, because I'm going to school to be a therapist, and there's so many like ethical rules that I'm not afraid, because I'm not licensed yet and I'm not a therapist at all yet. So these are just the phases of the listener,
Learning.
the audience learning about me and learning about my growth in this. But I just watched my mailman skip my mailbox because my car is in front of it. So don't cancel. Sorry. But as like trying to become a therapist, like my fear is like I don't want to invalidate myself because of like the things that I say.
Ooh, okay.
That's not going to happen at all.
I don't think
First
it
of
would,
all,
but
you're
You are
human.
the most valid of us, first of all. If anybody has anything to say.
Out of the three of us. Yeah, that's a good point, but I think you'll reach a sweet spot of people respecting your vulnerability and respecting your truth and your story. And I think y'all saw my leash.
she's referring to her headphones, guys. Relax. There's no sexual
We're
kinks
not going to
happening
kink
right now.
shame. We're not going to
Right.
kink shame.
I
Some
am
people
safe,
like that.
guys. I'm not doing any. I'm playing. Let me stop because these are real issues. What the fuck
Yeah.
was that? Why did I just do that?
But also, people like that. Some people like to be chained up. Like they will
Wait a
walk
minute.
down the street
Are
with
we
you.
putting this? This is gonna be on OnlyFans this episode, because y'all getting real kinky in here with the.
It's a thing. People be. It's a whole fetish. It's a whole group of them.
It's the whole thing.
Them.
So,
See, there I go.
but yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. So I'm.
You
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
yes. So I do think people will appreciate that, and they will that there are people who are gonna be gravitated towards you because I really don't like the therapist and the psychoanalyst analyst and all those titles when it's like they don't share themselves. And granted, you're paying for your time, so I get it, but
I do think, just not to cut you
you
off,
don't lose
but
your
like
expertise.
while I
For
was
sure.
like doing like a session yesterday, and my supervisor was like, "Hey, just you don't want to share too much about your family, your husband, because I'm dealing with people who have legit issues, and you like they may have suicidal or homicidal thoughts. So the fact that I think a lot of the reason why therapists don't share a lot is because they don't want people to come for their personal life, especially
Yeah.
dealing with people who are not stable. So I
Yes,
just say
that's an
just
added layer.
just the grace in like I share a lot, but I also like I know once I start to get to the phase of like actually having my own clients, there won't be pictures of me and my husband. My Instagram might look a little bit different because
Damn,
clients be clienting. You know what I mean? They gonna be doing their research. I make them mad
they
one week,
do.
They know
I
my
have a
my kids go
feeling
to
after.
school.
I think after you get your degree, you'll put a. You'll. I don't think that's. I mean, I'm glad
You
you're
could
prepared.
totally just change your name so it's not
No,
easily researched. I know,
she's
I
not hard
know.
to find.
Right, but I'm saying if she's using a completely different name that is not tied to her name, her real name.
Like how,
You mean
like
like
Dana
in the
Chanel.
professional setting, change my name? Or you mean on a social media setting?
You
What
talking
did
about
you
like how
You hear
Dan,
her? Like Dana Chanel,
she
the
changed her
Curl
name
Bible girl.
too.
Yeah, the Curl Bible
Sprinkle of
girl
Jesus.
who paying folks back because I'm gonna leave it
Respectfully, I
right
don't know
there.
that. I don't know her business.
I
I'm
just
just
read the
saying.
news on Shade
Sometimes
Room, and
the
that's
fact
where
that
I get
the
my news
disclaimer that's
from.
happening right now, this is the screenshot, the cover to this podcast.
don't
Don't
cancel.
cancel us, please.
Because sometimes that don't help. I'm just saying, people will find you. People will
Yeah,
find you.
my
It's
name.
true.
I'm on the internet, baby. There's only one of
It's
me.
true.
I'm one of
It's
one.
true.
I'm not gonna.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It's
I get
giving. We're
what you're
about to.
saying, Rachel. Like
Yeah.
changing my Instagram name and my social footprint, but baby, it's embedded. I've been doing this for years.
Deep
Go ahead and type my
rooted.
name up. You see so much stuff
Yeah,
about
you could
me.
just
So
Google Atlanta and like something about Char's gonna come up for sure, easily.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, it was fun.
This was so fun. I can't
So
wait to do
fun.
it again. I hope everyone's enjoying listening as much as we're enjoying recording. Remember, we're not enjoying recording yet, though. But
I mean, we are enjoying recording. I think we're just not enjoying the setup and the before we hit play.
yeah,
Exactly. But I don't think we've done a drop. We haven't said
let's
no.
drop it. Drop
Like
it
it.
low, girl. Drop it low, girl.
Yeah, for sure.
I know Rachel welcomed us all in, but I don't think we did like a "Don't Cancel Us" podcast feel.
Oh, that drop.
Mm-hmm.
Do we?
Oh, I thought you were
okay.
talking about where you tell everyone to follow us and subscribe and join.
Okay.
That part
Yep.
too.
Yep. There's
Our
rules to
Patreon.
this. But
Yeah.
before we go, please follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
What else we
At
got?
Don't Cancel Us.
At Don't Cancel.
Cast.
I was trying to name all of them. So it's Don't Cancel Us
Instagram, YouTube,
and Patreon.
and Patreon. And Spotify, of course.
Hello, because
Absolutely.
that's where people listen to podcasts and stuff. But yeah,
I do want to pause on the Patreon real quick. Y'all see how we struggling? Y'all can be a Patreon member and help your girls out right now, because we're gonna eventually need a better sound equipment. We're gonna need your help. We're gonna need y'all help. So go ahead.
and
Be a
it's
member.
only a mere $6, literally mere.
I went to Starbucks the other day and spent 10 on one drink. So y'all can go
And
ahead
that's why I don't go there.
246. Okay. If you don't like me, give Rachel 4.
Imagine having favoritism, like someone being a patron and putting an asterisk next to it.
For
Rachel
Rachel.
only. Bring it in, baby. Bring it in, because I love me some favorites. Okay, let's just be clear. But don't forget to follow us at
Please.
Don't Cancel Us Cast on YouTube, on Instagram, on Patreon, and Spotify. And before we go, we do want to welcome you by saying, we want to say goodbye by welcoming you to our podcast, Don't Cancel Us Podcast. Okay?
Do we say it together? Or
I thought we were. I was
thought that we were.
Okay.
I'm not editing this episode.
I'm watching Yasmine literally look at the time and go, it's not going to be me. I saw you look at it at 42 like, I think we need to wrap this up. Wrap it up.
That's exactly how my face looked after my sound bath last night.
Oh.
It was a 50-minute long sound bath, bro.
Wow.
Jeez.
And it was late too.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go?
Downstairs.
At the gallery. Whoa. Hello.
I know, right? Jeez. Let's just not even tell them. Don't even tell them. We're not getting sponsored by that, so don't even tell them. Don't do it.
Downstairs is good enough. All right, ladies.
Cool.
Let's just say Don't Cancel Us on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Don't cancel us.
That was whack, but we got this. Next episode.
It's fine. Ciao.